Hello, my fellow arachnids. So today we're going to be having another episode in our Begginer Scripting Series. Now, today we're going to be learning about if statements. So now, if statements are statements that are saying if something is true or false, then do this. And it comes really helpful in a lot of games. So we'll be teaching that today because it's pretty easy and not gonna lie, once you get the hang of it. So yeah, so let's just jump right into it. Now I'm gonna be using the classic base plate today because in last episode I said that you could use flat terrain, classic base plate, or modern base plate, today's base plate, and I will be using the classic base plate today for those who have chose it yesterday. Now obviously I have obviously it's literally the same thing, but just switch it up, and just in case, just make sure you have the toolbox, output, properties, explorer, and view selector, and that should be it. So let's hover over server script surface and let's add a script. Now delete everything and we will start doing our if statements. Now let's start doing some variables. So we could do, let me add some parts because we're probably going to add some inks. Oh, by the way, you could add cylinder, wedge, sphere, or block. I'm just going to do sphere because, yeah, why not? You could really update the sphere as much as you want. Make it quite large, and I'm just going to make it purple or whatever. Not purple, that's blue. Okay. So, let's make a variable. Make sure add local. I'm gonna zoom in a bit because I want to make sure that it's clear, and I'm just gonna widen this up a tiny bit. And okay, so what should our variable be called? So our variable could be called fire. So local fire equals dangerous and hot, because fire is indeed dangerous and hot. Oh, by the way, we're not making this variable another variable, so add quotes. And like parentheses, you just need to do the beginning one. So yeah, look, quotes, plus, yeah, it's like that. Anyways, so we could do local fire equals dangerous and hot. So now we're going to add an if statement. If. So we use if in if statements. That should be pretty obvious. But, okay. So, if fire, we don't have to add quotation marks because fire is a variable. So, if fire equals dangerous and hot, then, oh, by the way, you have to put then and if on the same sentence or else it would glitch. Also, you have to add two equal signs when doing if statements, because basically, one equal sign, I'm just going to add a comment. Comments are literally, they serve no purpose but to like organize and just keep it in mind stuff, basically. This will not affect your code at all. It would not print in the output at all, so yeah. So, one equal sign is basically saying that it means, like, saying local fire equals dangerous and hot, you're saying that fire is dangerous and hot. But when you say two equal signs in if statements, or like for loops, or all those stuff, then you have to do two. So if you're saying if it is, because you're not assigning the meaning, you're saying if it's a meaning. So basically, one equal sign means you are saying what it means, and double equal sign is you are asking what it means. That's basically it. So it would autofill an end because we can't just have an if statement forever. It has to end, so just make sure it has an end if it doesn't autofill over here. If fire equals dangerous and hot, then print. Remember we learned printing yesterday? Print We could do print. Let's see what we could print. We could print, um, fire is indeed dangerous. Oh my gosh, I'm so bad at typing. Fire is indeed dangerous. Okay, so once we do it, yep, it would do fire is indeed dangerous because we said fire means dangerous and hot, and we said if fire means dangerous and hot, then print fire is indeed dangerous, and it does mean so. It printed. So what if it didn't mean that? Well, we could use another code for that. We could do else. Now, else is basically saying if the if statement doesn't work out and it's not true, then we else would basically it's a different statement. So an else statement. Local fire equals dangerous and hot. What if we said local fire equals not dangerous and cold? Now that is it's not true, so it will not print. But if we did else print, if we did else, then I'm pretty sure you put it then. Do you put it then? Hold on. So else print fire is dangerous. So this should work. Expected what? Okay, wait, this is glitchy. Expected else, then I think you have to do then though. I think that's why. And that's what you have to do. God else. Okay, that's weird. If fire. Oh, we have to put. Oh, I see the problem. We have to put it within the end. So, else. Yep, it works now. Print. It is dangerous. So it should not give us any errors. Sorry for that little thing. I haven't done else statements. I usually do if statements. It is dangerous. What do you know? So that is if and else statements, and we could use it for other things. So yesterday we learned about variables, correct? So I didn't teach you something about variables. You could mention a part within a script without selecting it like manually. Like instead of you just doing this, you could actually like mention it and select it within your script. For example, we could make a variable and within that variable, it would have the memory and information of the part. So what we could do is local part equals game.workspace.part. Now, this might seem very confusing, and if it is, let me clear it up for you. So there's a thing called childs and parents, and a child every child has a parent. See, the workspace is a child of a parent. So basically, the workspace is holding the terrain, camera, baseplate, and part. Without the workspace, it would have to go into storage, players, lighting, somewhere else. If not, it would just be wandering around the game aimlessly, and there would be nothing for it to guide by. So that's literally the purpose of a parent, to hold to divide your to divide the other parts into services, and then the services hold the memory, and without it being anywhere, it would just collapse and it would be all a mess. So we're going into the game. This is the game, and then we're going into the workspace. So whenever you do dot, you're basically saying game into the workspace, and then we could do into the part. So we're mentioning the part here. I'm sorry if this is a bit confusing, but look, game, and then we go into the workspace, and part is since it is a child of workspace, we put it below workspace, and boom, it should be valid. And so now we have local part equals game.workspace.power. So now we have the memory and information of the part without even like selecting it. And yeah, that's pretty cool. So we could do some if statements with this. We could do part if part.parent. Okay, look at this. If part.parent equals workspace, then and the parent is workspace. So look, see, the part is in workspace. You could tell because if you go into the properties, you could search parent, and there should be workspace parent, and yeah. So sorry if I didn't explain that well. I hope I could explain that well. So part is in workspace, and since it is, that means it is a child of it. And if it is a child, you could do part.parent. Now you could also do part.descendant, but that's a remote event, so we're not going to go into that. We're just going to do part.parent. Now, obviously, we have to do the two equal signs because we're asking if it is. We're not saying that it is. We're not assigning the meaning. So yeah, if part.parent equals workspace, then we could do some pretty cool stuff. Part.parent equals replicated storage. Why not? Ooh, we have to do game because we're going into the game, then replicated storage. Replicated storage. So what should happen is that since this is correct, it is indeed correct. You should take a minute to pause if you're confused and try and guess what will happen. And the solution is actually it will get moved to replicated storage. Now this is really fun. This is really useful because in case you don't want the part to be in workspace all the time during the entire game playthrough. You want it to move between services and stuff. Whoa, I did not mean what the. Okay, so loading script. Oh, failed. That is weird. It should work. Ooh, and look at that. Something is in replicated storage. Isn't that so cool? The part is now moved into replicated storage. That's just really cool because yeah, I said it comes very useful. You could just move it around everywhere, and then we could make an else statement within here. So look, else part.parent equals I don't want to make it into the starter pack because then it's not a tool, so it'd probably glitch out. Let's move it into server storage. Okay, server storage. Game.server storage. Remember, it could. So, we're saying if part.parent, maybe it's not workspace. What if we put it to lighting? Lighting. That's cool. I don't know why it doesn't let me put it to lighting. Because it's lighting, obviously. So, replicated storage. No, wait. I want to do something new. Let's just put it into replicated first. If part.parent equals replicated. What's weird is because you could put workspace replicated first. Then part.parent equals game.replicated storage. And if it's not true, and it actually goes to this, the part.parent should be a server storage. Oh man. Wait, where'd it go? Oh wait, the part just disappeared. That shouldn't have happened. I wonder where the part went. Yeah, the part just vanished. I don't know why that happened. Oh, yeah, we have to do it then. Since really nothing happened, then it will glitch out. So there we go. Now it should work. Identifier, then expected identifier. Okay, so this is glitchy. Okay, so else then we could do else part.parent equals game replicated storage. Okay, so what if we, okay, so we can make it workspace, but we could do, let's go into the properties. Let's see what properties the part has. Brick color is pastel blue. So, let's move it. Part.brick color equals, let's not make it pastel blue. See, let's not make it pastel blue. Let's make it a baby blue. Actually, I don't think that would work. Let's see another pick. Maybe transparency. Sure, why not? I'm not gonna go into this, but sure. Part.transparency equals 0.1. Then it should be into server storage, I think. It's kind of weird that it didn't put it into server storage. Okay, let's just scrap that. Okay. So if part.transparency, let's just do if part.parent equals workspace, then part.parent equals game.replicated storage. Well, if we want to make it to server storage, that's totally fine. Now it should be into server storage. And ooh, this is really glitchy because it's not moving it to server storage. Oh wait, nope, it's here. It's here. Look at this. Boom, and you just moved the part to server storage. Now, sorry for that malfunction. Hope you guys are not too confused. Now, we could make it print a variable. We could do local print local printing equals printo. Printo. It's obviously correct. Printo. So if part.parent, then let's just delete this else statement because it's being quite weird. I don't know why that happened. So if part.parent equals workspace, then printing. And this will be cool. You could also, and it printed printo. So those are if statements. They come in helpful really a lot of times. You can use them to move. It's pretty good. That's why I said that printing is also used for debugging. They kind of tie in hand because, if you're not sure if something will work, you say, if this thing doesn't work, then print this. And then you can look in the output, and if it printed it, then you know it doesn't work, and you could try other coding methods. So yeah, it's used for debugging. It's really helpful. And yeah, so I hope you liked the video. Like and subscribe. And if you didn't learn, you could always comment down your questions, and I'll try to answer them with as much briefly as possible so you guys don't get confused. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I hope you learned a lot, and I hope you learned more about scripting. As always, don't eat arachnids, and bye.